You have to build your mindset to be so strong that you cannot let other people's opinion affect you and the choices that you make and how you want your career to go. You just cannot do that. Whether it's people that don't know your journey, whether it's people who are just sitting there making comments behind a computer screen about what you're doing, or honestly, sometimes it's even people that just look at you, and because you show up with so much confidence and enthusiasm and ambition, their insecurities start to kick in and they are just projecting that onto you. And not every opinion requires your attention. And I know that can be tricky because we live in a day and age where social media is such a prevalent part of our lives. People post things, they seek validation, they want that approval, whether it's from people that support them or just in general. Like, we look at comments, we look at likes, we look at things, right? I understand that. But I think the point I'm trying to make is, the more grounded you become in knowing who you are and what you bring to the table, the less those external voices will affect you. Authenticity reads, and people feel it, right? When you combine that with someone who is working on becoming a good worker, is competent, is showing up, is disciplined, is dedicated, is, professional, is punctual. When you know your job, you're grounded in your job. That's where the different kind of confidence comes from, right? Because it's not forced, it's not performative, it's just natural. It's who you are. There's a level of you bringing your own personality into it. I was given this advice from multiple different people who I seek advice from and generally look up to, and they were like, find something that you really, really enjoy and become the best at that. It sounds like an easy thing. It sounds like, what kind of advice is that? But it's true. Focus on learning your craft really, really well. Look at the people around you. Look at how they work. Look at how they navigate every day. Look at how they handle stress. If you are somebody who's interested in a very, very niche kind of a role, then start learning the ins and outs of it. Start looking at people who do that. Start talking to them more. Start doing your research. Start learning the process. Use your time, especially if you're new and early, to build your skill set around those things. One of the things that makes film so interesting is that I think ultimately the people who are capable and competent will reveal themselves, right? It might not be right away. It might not be on the first day of shoot, but eventually you will start to notice a pattern in seeing people who truly understand their role. Noticing, okay, who does crew go to when they have questions, or who does the department really rely on? Who is somebody who shows up every single day, no matter how hectic the days can get or how chaotic the schedules can be, but this person is consistent, this person is solid, this person, that was a rough day, but that person didn't really feel the need to make it about them. They knew what needed to get done and they got that accomplished. Those kinds of things become very evident the more, like I said, you spend time on film sets, the more you spend time working with people and in this industry in general. I really do truly believe that energy is real. Whether or not you agree with me, that's your call, but with my direct experiences, people can sense it. People can sense your energy. They can sense when you're not being honest. They can sense when you're in it for the wrong reasons, in a sense. I just feel very fortunate that I'm somebody who is clear within herself. In my mind, like, I am extremely clear with what I want in terms of the long-term aspect and also how I want certain short-term goals to pan out, right? And I think that can work in your benefit, because what it allows you to do is it allows you to understand, okay, I know what I have in my mind in terms of the vision. So that means I know what I can be flexible on and what are some non-negotiables that I have. And even having that simple clarity can translate into confidence, because when I show up into places and I can see, okay, someone's being disrespectful to me and that's a non-negotiable, I'm not going to tolerate that. And I'm able to then make a decision or handle that situation according to, that circumstance. But that helps bring in that confidence, that helps bring in that clarity in your mind, and really allowing you to see, okay, what do I need to focus on? Even from my own personal experiences, the people that I know who have been in this industry for decades and decades, right? You can start to see that energy in people. I think people, just as much as they can spot real confidence and competent workers, they can also spot fake confidence. You can only hold up that image for so long. What I'm trying to get at is, instead of creating this version of yourself that you think is going to be accepted, it is a lot more sustainable and a lot more powerful to just show up as yourself. And it's a lot more easier because you're not performing and you're not pretending to be somebody else. There's layers to it. There's acceptance, there's vulnerability, there's maybe even a level of failure attached to it, because a lot of the times people struggle with fully showing up as themselves because they have self-acceptance issues or self-esteem issues and stuff like that. The bottom line is, in film, what will set you apart is how you show up as yourself.